Hey everyone, my name is James and welcome to my kitchen. Super excited to have you here today because we are making some delicious ground beef tacos. And I'm not just showing you how to make the filling, but we're also going to make the homemade corn tortillas from scratch. They're super simple. And then we're going to make some delicious pico de gallo as well. Let's get started with the corn tortillas. Corn tortillas couldn't be simpler, and it only takes 3 ingredients. The first one is some instant masa mix, and we're making about 12 tortillas, so we're going to go in with about 2 cups of the mix. We're going to go in with a good pinch of salt, followed by about a cup of hot water, and then just mix it up with your hand. And as you're mixing it, if it feels like it's a little too dry, then just go ahead and add some more water in, like a teaspoon at a time, until you get to the right consistency. Or 2 teaspoons at a time. When you begin to squish it into a ball and it doesn't crack all at the end, so you got it to a pretty good consistency. And now we're just going to measure it out into 12 equal sized pieces. This is about 476 grams worth of dough, so we're going to go with about 39 grams worth of for each one of the tortillas. You know, math. You also definitely do not have to weigh these out like I am. You can easily just eyeball it, but you know, it's for YouTube. You have to make it perfect. It's time to flatten them out and start cooking them up. And I have a griddle going here, but if you don't have a griddle, then just a pan on the stove will work. And I'm using a tortilla press right now, just to flatten them out. And if you don't have a tortilla press, you can just take like a heavy bottom skillet in the same parchment paper that I have set up here and just squish them out by hand. Think of all the people you don't like at work, and it gets done very quickly. And then once you squish them out, just go ahead and lay them onto the griddle or the pan. Cook them for like 1 minute on each side or until they're cooked through, and then you're good to go. Simple as that. And now that all the tortillas are done cooking, just going to wrap them up tightly inside the tea towel, and then they will stay nice and warm until we're ready to use them. Now, it's time to make the pico de gallo. So, let's get started. And pico de gallo is just some chopped tomatoes, some white onions, cilantro, lime juice, jalapenos, garlic, salt, pepper, touch of olive oil. It's delicious. Get started by chopping up about 5 tomatoes. Now we're going to go in with some white onion. Some jalapenos. Found it. And I'm feeling brave, so I'm going to go ahead and use 2 today. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the seeds out. Also, word to the wise, don't get jalapeno seeds, juice, oils in your eyes, up your nose, in your ear. Doesn't feel all that great. Once you got a nice small dice on the jalapenos, go ahead and add them in. Now we're going to go ahead and use up some garlic. I think 2 cloves should do it. Once the garlic is all mixed, into the bowl it goes. And now the last thing that we're going to dice up is a whole bunch of cilantro. Okay, so now we got all most of the ingredients in the bowl. I'm going to go ahead and get some lime zest and some lime juice. Now it's time for some salt. We do have a lot of tomatoes in there. Tomatoes can take on a bunch of salt, so be a little generous. And then some black pepper. This is nice. It's a new pepper mill. And then, while this might not be super traditional, one thing that I like to add is a nice little drizzle of olive oil. I think the fat helps to bring all the flavors together, cut through some of the acidity. Give it a mix. Moment of truth. Oh boy. Oh, that's really good. You want to try some?
Yes, please. Of course.
There you go.
Thank you. Oh, that's good.
So, Pido de Gallo is ready to go. We're going to let this sit, let the flavors develop even more. And now, it's time to play around with the ground beef and make the filling for these tacos. So to get started, we're going to go ahead and chop the remainder of the white onion. And then, similar to before, I'm going to go ahead and use two jalapenos. Let's go ahead and use some garlic as well. And then last but not least, we're going to get some spices ready for it as well. Crack up some black pepper too. And we're ready to head over to the stove and start cooking. It's finally time to start cooking the filling for the tacos. So we're going to go in with our lean ground beef and start cooking it in the pan. Just make sure you add a little bit of oil to it as well. We're going to cook it down and brown it up a little bit. And also, don't forget to add a nice little pinch of salt as well. Or two. Okay, so now that the ground beef is about 90-95% of the way done cooking, we're going to go ahead and add in our white onion, some jalapeno, and then our garlic. And we're going to cook this until the onion is nice and translucent, and the garlic and the jalapeno are super nice and fragrant as well. And of course, another little pinch of salt. Almost forgot, go ahead and add in your spice mixtures as well. So the onions are nice and translucent, spices are smelling fragrant. People are asking me when dinner's going to be ready. So now we're going to go ahead and add in our lime zest and a little bit of the lime juice as well. Oh, it smells so good now. Just my spoon. That's really good. I think this is perfect and ready for serving. Let's go. You want a taco? Okay. We have the corn tortillas, we have the pico de gallo, we have the ground beef filling, we even have some leftover cilantro. I think it's time that we start to assemble some tacos. Place it in on the side. And then just tear up some fresh cilantro over the top. I think it's time that we give one a taste. I'm not nervous. Are you nervous? It's always so weird eating on camera. Anyway, here we go. There's a Apple came running back into the kitchen. This is really good. The beef is super flavorful. The pico de gallo adds a nice juiciness level to it, and the corn tortillas are super soft, nice and flavorful, and the perfect backdrop for these tacos. I need to take another bite. This is really good.
I love a taco, Jane.
Here you go.
Thank you. Oh, it's really good. I think I handled it a little better than you.
Alright, overflowing with goodness.
Overflowing with goodness and taste. Wow.
Wow, those tacos were utterly delicious and super simple to make. If you are looking for more recipes, techniques, or just inspiration for your own cooking, definitely make sure that you like this video, hit subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below what we should be making in the future. Can't wait to see you all again.